Dear family, I want to say, I'm just being pushed, bashed to death and pushed at a corner of my life. I'm just facing to be pushed out of family, to be totally fatal, bring fatal, damaged, retarded prostitutes. And I'm at a totally devastated and desperate condition situation and still without family understanding and support. My condition and Charlie's life, and so is my life, very much need your concern and understanding. You have to just unconditionally trust me. I'm really, really dying. I'm being totally murdered. And my brain condition is I'm walk out of door, I could instantly become prostitute. Without I have no any brain, no any intelligence to defending myself anymore. Basically, it's Americans. They're holding my brain. It's not me, of course. Our brains all under their control. I lost all my brain. If I walk out of door, they can totally forcefully controlling my brain into kind of certain of my brain, forcefully make me like a prostitute because without all my intelligence, my brain's already gone hollowed. I have no intelligence to defending it because I'm already becoming like a vegetable person. They're totally making nice. They can inject all sorts thoughts, emotion, and image. Your brain flow, your emotion, everything, your understanding into your head. I know that. I'm very aware of it, but I'm very bad communication with family. That is all the key because I haven't told you what's all this detail of how they're killing me. But I've been telling Douglas all the time. Unfortunately, Douglas is not aware of this at all. Douglas is totally put under their control. And they destroy Douglas's brain. They destroy my brain. They're murdering me without Douglas understand it. And basically, you can see how severe this is. I'm dying in front of him, and I'm begging him to understand me. I'm begging him to pick up a phone to speak to family or some authorities to dealing with this, And he don't know anything about this. He's totally not with it. His brain's totally been put under control. So's family's brain. I've been sending so many messages to Bruce and Meg and Mommy, especially Bruce and Meg. I'm finding very difficult to communicating with Mommy because they intentionally, every time when I go see Mommy, they intentionally made kind of mind, which I'm not able to speak for myself. So after that, I always feel, oh yeah, I should speak to Mommy. But I did send a lot of messages to Bruce and Meg, and they never replied. And basically, they actually never read about my message. They never know what I'm telling them, all the details, or what was going on while they're proceeding, they're killing me. So my life is totally in a danger. Now they took all this 22 years, especially intensively, this is 3 or 4 years, totally shutting my brain off, shutting my brain down and killing me. It's more than shutting off. They basically just demolish all my brain. Basically, my life is totally, totally in a danger. And without any of you knows how scary this is. Once, they basically made another woman hack into my brain, hack into Douglas's brain. I believe they're hacking into your brain as well. Without you knows they're doing this to you. Basically, they just demolish all my brain, emptied all my brain. Eventually, I have no intelligence in my head to defend it. And they just use a person, that woman called Catherine Gray, who is totally prostitute and cunt and murder and hoax and lie. They basically use this technology to kill me. They basically use this person hacking into my brain, stealing, blocking all my image, just cut off all my brain's flowing, bit by bit. They took this years to immediately, eventually almost have this woman totally overtake all my brain. And at the meantime, made Douglas's brain to go to meet her brain. Basically, they use my brain, put it into that person's brain, and have me killed. And then Douglas's brain going to connect it with her brain, or something like that. What they're doing. In fact, it's murder. They totally have me murdered. After 22 years, I spent all my 51 years all my intelligence, all my blood, all my sweat, all my effort, all my love, all my devotion to my family and to Douglas. And they have used this woman to stealing all my brain, block all my brain, being totally nuisance and totally hoax. They basically just use this like a, some kind of monkey or nuisance. It's not even monkey. It's basically just murder as a technique. They use person. They can use also different things. They can even use animals or physically or projects. Any physical stuff or even anything. This mind control is very advanced. Mind and physically brain technology. They can insert also things. They can insert also different things in your head without you understand. That is not natural way you were thinking. That's actually your brain's being bugged on, by attacked by them. And I'm very aware of it. I know exactly what they're doing to me. They basically just, my brain just could not thinking eventually as I'm terribly dying myself. And then they know my brain's very weak, very retarded. And they keep inserting that woman in my head. Basically, they just use this person to push me out of my own brain. Eventually break all my thoughts. Eventually just, gradually cutting off my brain. Or it's just totally murder and nuisance. Basically I'm being murdered with some technology. And that woman is totally lie and hoax. We hardly know this person. The Douglas is my husband. And we're totally forever lover. We're totally forever couple. With all eternity, without us, totally get out of our heart for each other all the time. They just basically take advantage of our love and respond to how we cared with all the hoax and lies. And I hope family understand this and support me. Never let this nuisance happen. And this thing is really, really lack of communication. And I'm just totally in a totally tragic situation with totally hoax and lies without family understand this murder is happening. And there's more thing to talk.